Hello, hello, hello. I am so happy to be here this morning. Good morning, Tracy. I love that song. I was looking through our Sizzling Summer playlist this morning and I was like, okay, what's catching my energy this morning? And that just felt really good. This is kind of like our holiday week, I suppose, although I feel like there's a few of them sprinkled in there, but we are mostly at the cottage this week. I was home for like 8 hours yesterday just to get some drum practice in, get some baseball practice in, to run Tuesdays at 2. I recorded 2 different modules for Hobby to Business. It was like a whirlwind, but I feel like sometimes you need to follow your energy, and I was just all lit up and fired up. And I also did 6 loads of laundry and it was awesome. It was just one of those days where everything came together and it flowed perfectly. And then this masterclass today is So there we go. This is the only thing on my agenda today. So I'm excited to be here with you guys. And I'm excited to talk about the aligned way, because what we see in business so often, and what I experienced in the beginning of my pursuit of building a business, and I use the word pursuit very intentionally because in the beginning I always felt like I was running. I always felt like I was chasing. And on the outside of that chase, for anybody that was looking and watching my story evolve and my journey go, and let me know if any of this resonates with you, but it would have looked a lot like success, right? I crushed incentive after incentive. People would often ask me how do you do all of this? Tell us your secret. And I would just never be able to articulate what that secret was. But I think it was really just that never give up attitude, always just keep going, going, going. And I think in a lot of ways that our world is really, we reward that kind of behavior is maybe not the word, maybe mentality, maybe outlook on life. That's what we glamorize. We glamorize the full life, the busy life, the giving every ounce of yourself, the hustle to exhaustion. But what it ended up looking like on the other side for me was depletion, exhaustion behind the scenes, and a non-connection, not being connected to my family. It was, not all the time, obviously, but in those pursuits, it would often be that I could really only take on that thing. And I was really very singularly focused. And it really didn't build something that was aligned to who I was as a person. And as I started to shift and change, and truly as I started to build another business, and I knew that there was no capacity to take on more, I knew that I had to do it a different way. And what I started to pay attention to was the women that were doing it the other way. And I would often look at them and I would be like, wow, how do they make it look so easy? How do they have this level of confidence? How do they even have time to be on social media when I feel like I'm go, go, go? But when I really stopped to look at the activities that I was doing and analyze what I was doing and what was actually paying off, I realized that there was a lot of striving that didn't necessarily have to happen. And I think, who has heard of feminine and masculine energy? This is something that I've really just learned in the last 18 months, but I am on a soul journey. I'm literally researching the moon, researching my soul, learning how my energy thrives inside of my body, learning how my power grows inside of my body. And what I've learned is that it doesn't have to be so hard. It doesn't have to be the way that everybody glamorizes, and it doesn't have to be the hustle. In fact, I think that I don't want to live in that hustle, because inside of that hustle, I didn't have any capacity for more. And I want more on top of more. I want purpose. I want passion. I want impact. I want wealth. I want all of it. And I believe that it's possible for every single one of us if we start doing it in a way that is more aligned with who we are as humans, who we are meant to be in this world, and who we are individually. And so the training that I want to do today is called the Aligned Way, because I want every single one of us to find our path and to ask ourselves, where is my energy leading me? Masculine and feminine energy. Masculine energy, actually enjoy the journey. I think sometimes we're so on the pursuit to the future that we don't take any time to learn the journey along the way and to enjoy the journey along the way and to celebrate the journey along the way. We were talking about this on the mastermind call yesterday, and just really digging into like taking those moments of breath, taking those moments of celebration, taking those moments to really like be like, hey, this is my life. I'm enjoying my life along the way. Because what I can tell you is there really is truly no finish line. Because if you're anything like me, what would happen to me is I would achieve this level of success that everybody else would be reveling at, and I would feel empty inside because I had given everything to the pursuit. And then as second I hit that level of success, the second I hit that platform or that milestone or whatever it is that I had hit, I would almost feel empty because A, my energy had been drained and sucked from my soul, and two, I was wondering what was next. I was on the pursuit of what was next. And I used to glorify that feeling. I would be like, yes, okay, then know what the next step is. Go after the next step. And while I actually think that that's amazing to always be challenging ourselves, always be moving on, I do believe that there has to be moments of pause. And I believe that we need to build in time and space to enjoy. And when I started to build in time and space, all of a sudden, things started to click in place. It was like I wasn't being pulled in a million different directions anymore. It was like all of a sudden, a single idea would pop into my head, and that would be the idea that sparked massive amounts of action. But when I was in the hustle, when I was in the go, 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 there wasn't room or space or any kind of energy left to give time and space to my intuition, right? To give time and space to my creativity, my own personal energy. All I was doing was reaching for what everybody else was doing, learning from what everybody else was doing. So masculine energy essentially is like the to-do list. It's the structure. It's the strategy. It's the like go, go, go. It's the like hustle. And it really truly is the way that our world is built around right now. It's not the history of the way the world has always worked, but it is the current paradigm that we live in right now. However, feminine energy, that's like the play, that's the pleasure, that's the enjoyment, that's the intuition, that's the like flow, that's the ease. And I believe to have success that marrying the two is where you're going to all of a sudden just feel good. Marrying the two. And what's important to know that masculine energy isn't just for men. Feminine energy isn't just for women. We actually have both inside of us. In fact, some men probably have more feminine energy than masculine energy. I can tell you for most of my life, I have been predominantly male energy. Give me the to-do list, give me the strategy, tell me what I need to do to get there, and tell me what the next step is. And that was all I ever focused on. But what was missing inside of that strategy, inside of that structure, was the pleasure, was the fun, was the feeling good, was the happiness, was the getting to be me. Yes, as long as you are enjoying yourself. And the truth is, what the hell is it worth if you're not enjoying it along the way? What the hell is anything worth if we don't love who we are, where we're at, and the people that we're surrounded by? If we're not actually present inside of this life that we're building, what else matters? So how do you find this magical place? How do you align your life so that you still experience the level of success that you desire? Because you guys, I am here for that. I am here for the success. I am here for the wealth. I'm here for the impact. I'm here for the empire. In fact, I want more on top of more. And if you want more on top of more, I feel like this should become one of our hashtags. But how do you figure out how it's going to work for you? And I think that this is all about feeling into our energy and feeling into our own individual spark. The aligned way for you is going to be different than it is for anybody else. Because when we decide that we're going to follow our energy, that's almost like saying we're going to follow our own intuition, right? Know what it is. And it doesn't mean that we're going to be devoid of strategy. It just means that we're going to make that strategy of our own, and we're going to take it and we're going to run with it, and we're going to do the things that light us up. And in the process of doing the things that light us up, all of a sudden, everything's going to click into place, and you are going to be building a business that is so much deeper and expansive than the one that you're building right now. Because right now, if you're living in where I was living at one point, you are building a business that is almost the same as everybody else's, right? You're using the same strategies, you're using the same, like, even structure, all of the things. What it needs is your individual spark. What it needs is your energy. That's what's going to change the game. That's what's going to make it all the more enjoyable to you. So let me give you a little bit of like an example of how you can have the structure and you get to play inside of it. That's the aligned way. You build the structure. I'm not saying, you guys know I'm all about strategy, right? The Engage Your VIP group challenge is all about 5 posts a day, right? Building that consistency piece into it. But what is it that makes it actually align to your energy inside of those 5 posts a day? It's doing the things, having your voice, showing up in a way that is unique and personal to you inside your group. And if you've ever wondered, why am I not gaining any traction inside of my group? It's likely because you're doing it the way everybody else is doing it. You're not running with your own energy. You're not feeling into what you want to share, the voice that you want to bring. You're not having enough fun. And I know that sounds so simple, but we all need to have more fun, because what happens when we're having fun, right? When we're having a good time, when we've got that spark in our soul, we do more of things. We run a little bit faster. We get more ideas. We feel a little bit more creative, and things fall into place in a different way. We have all seen those women who have taken off like a rocket inside of their businesses, and we're like, holy moly, what is the strategy that she has? Like, what can I learn from what she's doing? What if you didn't necessarily learn from the strategy that she's using, but you look at the energy and the confidence and the inspiration that she's bringing to her business? Because likely she doesn't know a lot about strategy yet. She just started. What she's doing is following what is fun to her. She's like, holy shit, I want to do more of this. This is a lot of fun. And inside of having fun, I'm making money. I'm getting like free stuff, and I'm doing all these things. And it's like making everything click into place. It's massive. And every single time she follows that fun, she builds her confidence, she builds her energy that much more, and things click into place all the time. What happens when we hit a brick wall, and I talked about this last week inside of the wobble video, and brick walls are there for all of us, is sometimes our energy slams into a wall, or sometimes our strategy slams into a wall, and all of a sudden what we lean on is not the fun, not the intuition, not the being uniquely us. We lean on the strategy. We're like, what strategy is it that's going to bring me more sales? What strategy is it that's going to build my business? And we're looking for that one piece of the puzzle that's going to change everything. But it does not exist, because there's 1,000,006 strategies out there for you. And I can tell you wholeheartedly and with complete faith that every single one of them works. But the key in that whole piece, and the key in that whole puzzle, is what works for you. What can you get your energy behind? What can you feel good about? And what can you like, because when we feel good about something, when we feel excited about something, it's not about what we're actually doing. It's the way we show up inside that energy, right? So there has been a lot of times inside of my business where I felt like things were getting stale. And the truth is, it wasn't getting stale on the other side. It wasn't getting stale for my clients or my customers, but inside of me, my energy was a little bit like, wah, wah, because maybe I'd done it a bunch of times. Maybe I just didn't feel inspired. And maybe I knew it wasn't like at my level anymore. It was still working. It was a strategy. What I had to do was go back and figure myself out again, get my energy behind something. Your energy should be the biggest driving force taking you forward. The strategy, that is the structure, okay? The energy inside of it, your unique you as a human, that is the magic. That's the aligned way. And so I know a lot of you are going to be like, hey, but Lori, like, how do I find my unique energy? Like, how do I follow this? Da, da, da. You look at all of the strategy out there, you see what's working for you, and you ask yourself, how can I make this mine? So someone tells you you need online events to build your business. You're like, okay, I need online events to build my business. And you sign up for 17 courses that tell you how to run the perfect online event. What if the perfect online event is something that feels fun for you? What if it doesn't matter the content that you actually put into the online event? It really only matters the energy that you show up inside that event with. What if the strategy is 5 posts a day inside of your VIP group, but the magic is the post that you actually do, that you put your heart and your soul and your energy into? That's what connects to people. That's what builds relationships. That's what moves people. And when people are moved, when their feelings are evoked, that's when they buy. People are never buying the products. They are buying you. And if you are not putting you into your business, then that's where you're falling flat. That's where you're coming up short. And I think a lot of the time we're like a little bit afraid to put ourselves out there, right? We're a little bit afraid to go against the grain, to share our hearts and our souls, because it feels vulnerable, right? And maybe not everybody's doing that. What if you just did it? What if you just tried? What if you built a business that felt so good to you every single day that it felt fun to show up inside of? What if this is what I am building inside my courses? What if this is the difference? What if this is the unique element that makes your business so you? This is why I built Sparkle, which is a full branding program, so that you can actually build a brand rather than just a business. A business is the structure. The brand is the feeling. It's the emotions that are evoked. It's what connects people to you, not your company. And that's what we all are here to build. And I think where we often get off track when we're in the network marketing world is that we are kind of given our business in a box, right? We're like told, here's the way, we have an upline, they throw our launch party for us, they give us all of the tools that we need to succeed, they show us the different success stories and how those people got there, and then we try to fit ourselves into that business in a box. And what we don't realize is that if we just found our own way, took their strategies, and decided what worked for us and left the rest and ran with the things that lit us up inside, that's what would work, right? You guys, you can build your business in 1,000,006 different ways. You don't need Facebook if you hate Facebook. You don't need Instagram if that isn't what connects to you. You could build your business all in person. You could build your business over on LinkedIn. You could do any single thing you want as long as you are doing what you want. As long as you are doing what lights you up, what makes it feel like fun to you. Because when we're having fun, when we're aligning our energy with that strategy, all of a sudden, everything comes together. And it gets to be easier. It gets to be more aligned. And that's also why I created Strut a few months ago, because I feel like everybody is selling in a cookie cutter way, right? We're all selling in the ways that everybody tells us how to do it. And I want people to sell from their soul. And not only that, but I want to make selling effortless, easy, fun. I want selling to feel like something that you want to do every single day. I want you to show up and sell your little hearts out every single day. And I want you to be running with those sales, celebrating those sales, having so much fun inside those sales. That's what Strut is all about. It's about figuring out what uniquely makes you you and doing that. So if somebody hands you, these are the 5 different strategies that have given me my success, you look through them, you investigate them, and you're like, nah, those 2, those give me that like feeling. And those 3, oh my gosh, I could see myself doing this, this, and this. Those are the things you run with. And what you don't do is overthink the shit out of them. So I'm not throwing strategy to the wayside. Not at all. I think there is such a good place for strategy inside of our businesses. But what I am saying is that you need to marry the different strategies that you're learning with what feels good to you, your energy, your unique voice, the unique brand that you are building, the way that you feel energetically like wired to show up and sell. Inside Strut, we talk about the power of one. And the power of one means that if you know how to sell to one person, you know how to sell to 1 million people. And sometimes what we need to do is like carve away that debris and just focus on that one person, that one aligned person, and speak directly to them from our hearts, from our souls. Solve their problems. Help them have the transformations that we have had. And the rest of it will fall into place, you guys. And where do you go from here? Right? How do you get started knowing what to do and what not to do? And I think what happens when we follow strategies for the sake of following strategies is that's when we hit more dead ends. That's when we deplete our energy because we're just doing for the sake of doing, right? And that's what is almost like, I kind of think of it like a balloon, where you're like this big balloon and it's like it's slowly fizzling out when you're constantly chasing all of these things that other people tell you to do. Listen to the other people, but be inspired by the other people. Learn from those strategies. But take what you love and run with that, and trust yourself above all else. Trust your energy above all else. In the beginning, when I ran Hobby to Business, this was back months ago, it was all based on that structure. We built the structure. We decided on the day-to-day tasks. We rose into our higher level selves. We really built that platform. It was a really extremely powerful workshop where women came out of it feeling fired up, feeling energized. When I went back to it, what I realized was missing was the alignment piece. And so I added 2 brand new modules that talk about what to do when you hit those walls, how to get through it, how to listen to yourself. And I added a full module about listening to your energy, how to know when you are in alignment. And there are some unique ways with your human design chart to know, like, how am I supposed to show up in this world? How to know when I'm actually living out of alignment. But really quickly, one of the quickest ways is when you feel depleted, when you feel disappointed, when you feel frustrated, when you're feeling all these like negative hit a wall feeling, likely you're following a lot of the shoulds in life. You're not following the hell yeses, because if it's not a hell yes, you guys, it's a hell no. And you can trust yourself. You can trust your energy. And if everything feels like a hell no, because I have had people like that. I've worked with people like that. And what we realized with this wasn't necessarily the business for them. And that's a hard truth. And sometimes we start one network marketing business only to find another that ignites our soul in a different way. But that can be a hard jump too. But that's listening to your gut. That's listening to your intuition. We love, like, sometimes we just fall in love with the structure of a network marketing business. And I believe it's one of the most powerful business structures out there. But you have to have a product that you're also passionate about, that you've had a transformation inside of. And when to know that you are living in alignment is when it feels easier, when it feels good, when you get to the end of the day and you're just like, right? Satisfied, successful, at peace. It doesn't mean every single day is going to be a good day. It doesn't mean that you're going to be running in 100 different ways. In fact, I don't want you to run in 100 different ways. I want you to pick a lane, and a lane that feels good to you, and a lane that you can get behind, that makes you want to do the thing. Because when we're constantly doing things that somebody else tells us we should, but we don't want to, that's like swimming upstream without a paddle, right? Because everything in your body is like, I don't want to do this. We all know how that feels. We've all followed something and it has felt like that. Hands up. I've done it too, 1,000,006 times. Now someone else felt success in that. So like, this is what I should be doing. And it feels like, oh, I'm trudging through like a swamp, a marsh that is so damn thick, but chasing that success. And do you know how much extra time it takes when I'm trudging upstream in a marsh? 1,000,000 extra hours in a day, ton of extra energy to never actually achieve that level of success. Or maybe you do. Maybe you do or you don't, but you wasted so much time and energy in the process that if you had just gone downstream with the current, following something that felt good to you, you would have gotten to the end, to your success, so much quicker in a way that felt good to you. So ask yourself, what am I doing in my business right now that feels like that marsh? What am I doing that doesn't feel good anymore? Why am I doing it? How can I make it more fun? How can I do it a different way? We get to build the structure, and then our feminine energy gets to dance inside of it. It gets to have fun. When you are having fun, everything will click into place. I'm not saying you don't got to do the things, you guys. I'm just saying you get to do them in a way that feels good to you, in a way that feels aligned with who you are. And you're actually going to need to go out on a ledge for this, because it's hard to just listen to ourselves and trust ourselves. It's one of the hardest things. It's actually easier to read from a script, to follow a strategy that someone else is leading the way with. It's harder to make it our own. But when you start to do that, it becomes easier. It clicks into place. And all of a sudden, the downloads for all the other creative ideas, those are the ideas that you should run with. When my clients will send me a message and be like, Lori, I just thought of doing this. Do you think that would work? The answer is always yes, because every single strategy can work, but your energy just has to be behind it. Where do we go from here? If you want to do more of this, if you want to learn more of this, yes, Leanne says, listen to your heart. Listen to your heart, listen to your soul, listen to your gut. Your body always, always knows. Your body knows when you need more water. Your body knows when you need fruit. If you're actually tuned in and listening, your body will tell you every single thing you need to know, answer every single question. It's amazing, really. Where do you go from here? You want to dig further into this. You want to learn how to sell from your soul. Strut is an incredible program. You want to build that masculine structure and then dance inside of it like the feminine queen that you are. Hobby to Business is your place to be. You want to start building a brand that is uniquely you? Sparkle. And I will be revamping Social Queen as well to teach you everything that you need to know about the social platforms. These programs are all in the process of being rebuilt and brought to you in a brand new way, and you all will have lifetime access to every single one of them. You want more one-on-one? I will likely be offering another mastermind in the future. Connect with me and I will put you on a wait list. You guys, I love you. If you just want a little bit of structure and you are not yet in the runway, I will be opening it again in the fall. Connect with me and I will put you on the wait list for that as well. I love you so much. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that above all else, you follow the fun. Have more fun. All of everything, your energy will click into place when you're having more fun. Love you.